Yeah, as you can clearly see, I didn't record any audio for this. And when I basically went in to go see what was up, just to see that big old flat line thing on Adobe Premiere Pro. So yeah, that is why you won't be hearing any audio from Among Us. But I guess I can probably just talk about a few things and where I have been, simply because a lot of things have just been going on for stuff on my end. As you can very much clearly see, I have a new microphone, and there is a little bit of a story on how I got about it. I basically be putting some stuff on the screen to show what type of microphone it is, but off the top of my head, I can't really say what it is. But other than that, I saw it on my sister. I got it off of Amazon. And I'm just thinking, hey, why not get one for myself? And so here I am right now. Uh, so there's nothing much else to say other than that. Yeah, you would have thought I basically would have did this on one take, but I am not like that, and that's another reason why I'm not an English major. There was a few other things I basically wanted to talk about to say, hey, where I have been and what I have been up to. Number one, I'm basically starting to get ready to leave college, even though by the time we're recording this, it's September of 2023. But I'll basically be done with college sometime in the fall next year, which will most likely be sometime in like mid-December at least. The big question on some people's mind is why I haven't been uploading. Well, to put it simply, and I said this in another one of the videos that I did record audio for, but I kind of goofed and had the right input. But basically, my friends and I usually play a lot of Switch games, and if I had a capture card, which maybe I might not invest in, I don't know, but it's just a case like we play a lot of stuff on a Switch, and while I can basically configure OBS to basically record anything being displayed, we don't play games like Among Us, freaking Gmod, or Golf with Friends. Because we basically do it so infrequently, it's kind of really hard to basically predict on when we'll be doing it. But it's just like a case of, hey, it's just a bit of a spur of a moment when I do decide to record or not. Now, while I am aware that there actually are different capture cards you can get for the Switch off of Amazon, I basically had to do my own research about that because that's like a whole nother can of worms. Something that I'm not too used to, other than the fact like, hey, I know how OBS works, and I'm not sure if OBS will still work for the Stinger or there'll be another program, but to that I'm not necessarily too sure about. Which maybe in the next coming or so year when you guys see a random Splatoon video, that will probably be the the best way to answer it. Well, that thing, I might add. Another thing that I was actually fairly proud about, figuring out was the audio issue that was very much heard in my earlier Among Us videos. Well, you can sometimes kind of hear that in the more recent videos, but it wasn't as bad. And long story short, the Razer headset that I had used before came with an audio card. I originally didn't want to get the headset that did have it. Well, did not have it, I might add. But when I went to the store, it was like, oh, they only had that thing in stock and it works. However, I didn't know that when it basically had like another audio card thing filter for Windows, the glitchy and staticky stuff was because of that. Windows trying to basically use more than one thing, causing that crackling noise, which, as of right now, should no longer be an issue for my videos. As of today, as I'm recording this, September 17th, 2023. that should no longer be an issue. As if right now, or so help me God, I get struck by lightning. Yeah, nothing actually really happened. It's actually a pretty nice day outside. But besides that, there was also another thing that I wanted to fix, but until I basically had to figure out what the proper settings would be for making my videos recorded natively in 1080p versus 720p, I basically had to tinker around with OBS to basically get it to work. Now, while the recording format I've always used in like my past videos have worked, there are some cases where it's just like it works, but OBS will basically say encoding thing being like too much and just need to turn out some settings. I know there's a fix for that because the video quality is just fine. It's just whenever that encoding thing happens, it basically will make the footage lag or skip, which can be seen in some of my earlier stuff, but it's not as prevalent for things that are not like too graphic intensive. But until then, there is another trick to basically upscale my videos. A trick that I won't reveal publicly, unless some people who know how to use Premiere Pro already know that, and it's basically being dick for no reason. Now, when the videos would return, that's going to be a bit of a tough question to answer. I was thinking I was just going to do my normal thing for this video, but ever since when I noticed my thing didn't record properly and that the video was fine, it's just the audio was absent, there wasn't a lot more I can do other than just basically do spur of the moment commentary stuff, which, trust me, will not be a thing in the future. And if anything, I might just basically do like a, hey, this is what we did, because I like providing the context if some people didn't click on the video just to see what the title is. So, yeah. While I didn't really quite talk about it too much, I'm only basically doing YouTube stuff on the side because, one, I have the tools to do it. Two, it falls within my major, which I won't really reveal because I like basically keep people guessing and try to figure things out for themselves. I don't know why I'm like this, but that's the fun when you're trying to basically use your brain to figure out something for your own. But yeah. So in real life post production, I kind of realized that I'm sitting at about 8 or so minutes in, but then I was kind of questioning what I basically wanted to do for the rest of the video because obviously there will be no audio. But then I think I might just throw some music onto that, maybe put something really funny happen, even though like Crewmate Among Us is pretty boring. But I thought, hey, why not basically give the people saying, hey, I'm not gone. I just basically am busy with a few things. Life as well. I won't talk too much about it because that's like stuff from all my friends, and I'm basically going to tell everyone on the internet on how something stupid happened in my personal life, and that's the only reason we're not doing something as frequently as this. But once this video goes up, which might be a day or two ahead of time, just so that I have one less thing to worry about, in which scheduling your YouTube videos is really, really good, because I'm the type of person who just types in something to be scheduled just to go up without any more issues. And if there is a screw up, I'll basically able to fix it in real time versus me not noticing the screw up until the thing is already public and posted, which did happen to another one of my videos because I cut too much of it Among Us hide and seek round too much. It happened to notice, hey, there was an entire round where I basically said too much and I got somebody else's ass chopped in half, which I don't think anybody remembers at this point. I just basically had the video footage as, proof. Now, one of the very last things I basically wanted to say is that I am in the process of making like a short little intro to my videos. Not saying that is really needed, and when I basically went to go look to see if there's like a trick for YouTube about it, I came across this really sketchy website where you could do stuff like that, but it's really, really odd to me. And plus, I'm not sure that stuff is really copyrighted. So, yeah. I also do plan on basically improving a lot on the graphics and stuff for my videos. That is, if I basically can get inspired to, do it or do something really funny. But other than that, I will now turn it on to, well, not really quiet mode, just like, hey, me putting music for the rest of the video because I didn't record the audio correctly. And that should be starting right about now. Can I just say that the way that my thing is set up, I'm basically able to hear my own voice in real time. So I basically had to mute my native audio so that I don't have to hear myself, which is really, really, really weird. And I'm only recording this then right now because I realized that the song, before I got kind of cut off, there was going to be about a few seconds of silence. And I'm trying to run up the clock enough so that basically my low budget intro can finally go through without anything else, really going wrong. In which I kind of realized when I was putting together this really, really shitty video on my dad, the music would basically be me slowly losing my sanity after me being killed in such a bullshit way that I immediately did see coming. I had to give the imposter that. I walked straight into their fucking trap. And of course, we won. And then, every so often there will be a case of the lobby not able to fill back up because people will naturally leave over time, which is just basically peak Among Us, especially if you're a crewmate. So, yeah. The next video should be coming out relatively more sooner, I might add, with the potato quality that you might hear for a brief moment. That should never, ever happen again because I was a dumb butt and I didn't realize what I did wrong at the time. Anyways, roll the fucking intro.